What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. Heimerdinger is upon us, and we have a Chinese replay of Heimerdinger showcasing you an absolute domineering performance on this lovely dinger. And what is so special about this champion? Contrary to normal mages, Heimerdinger has quite the peculiar kit. His first ability is placing a turret, his second ability is shooting rockets, his third ability is throwing a grenade. His ultimate ability is empowering all of the other abilities. But what is so weird about this one? Heimerdinger can, as you see, place down this lovely turret and just immediately start pushing. The damage they're doing, it's not that high during the early game, to be fair, but if you add the auto attacks of him as well as the turrets together, you might reach a very interesting point very soon where you deal a lot of damage where the enemy can't really do anything about this. But the really interesting part would be, how powerful is Heimerdinger in the top lane position? We have seen Heimerdinger in PC League on the top lane, in the mid lane, in the bottom lane with a Senna, and even as a support. All of this has been played before and was viable. So, what is it going to be for WildRift? So far we see a decent push into Zed, but Zed is not really a champion that can really defend himself during the early game. However, upon hitting level 5, things get really troublesome. On level 5, Heimerdinger doesn't even have exhaust. Decent damage from the combo here though. But there's something that Zed needs to be very aware of. If Zed jumps the Heimerdinger and Heimerdinger immediately grenades behind him, Zed is going to have a lot of trouble. If that is not going to happen, then Heimerdinger just instantly dies. Ooh, the juicy flash rocket. What a nice performance by the Heimerdinger. So my questions will be, how far can we push the idea of Tankerdinger? And how far can we push the idea of full burst Heimerdinger? Because you see his items right now. 2 pen items, the newly updated Hextech Awakened Soul Stealer, which is probably almost certainly the most broken item for mages now in the game, considering what it grants you. So it's very interesting to see how well it's going to perform for the Dinger in this game. But just as a pickup item, his Infinity Orb, as well as the Awakened Soul Stealer and the Mana Boots, provide him with an ample amount of magic pen, 15-15 plus 8 on top, for free. And if the enemy isn't itemizing any magic resist, which is going to be pretty difficult this game because they're facing off against a full AD team, if you discount Leona of course, then Heimerdinger will deal quite a lot of damage to you. Zed ultimate on top, rocket misses, and the death mark pops and he survives with 1 HP. So you see, this could have been one situation in which the Zed has a kill window on the Heimerdinger, because that is the weakest point or Zed's strongest point during the laning phase. Hitting level 5, enemy not having flash or exhaust available, means you are in a lot of trouble, and that is the typical Zed thing for all matchups in every game. Level 5, no exhaust and ultimate ready for Zed, well, you probably die. And that's the life of an AD carry typically. But up until then, Zed is going to get bullied. So if you're playing Zed and you're not really, having a good time during the early game, don't worry too much. And the funny part is, Heimerdinger can reactivate the ultimate and just sit there with the empowered version, and once it times out, it only goes on a 3-second cooldown, which it's kind of difficult for the enemy to do anything about this, because it's basically threatening him. Like, you're threatening the enemy with an ability that you are not losing any cooldown on. So honestly speaking, I think they should increase the cooldown maybe from the thing timing out to like maybe 10 seconds instead of 3. Because there's like no real drawback. 3 seconds of cooldown just for this, I don't think that's enough, to be fair. Okay, Tristan on the other side, balling. The wrench just flies after the Zed, just going after him. Things that still need to be tested though. Oh, flash ultimate on Tristana. That's tough. Things that I personally need to still test would be checking out in the practice tool if Heimerdinger's turrets are as bugged as Zara's plants are. Because if they are, Heimerdinger is going to be a lot weaker than we might believe he is. But if they're not bugged at all, then, well, we are in for some fun times. Because questions are, do the turrets reapply Leandri's Torment? Do the turrets apply Luden's Echo? Do they apply Rileys? Like, do they work like they work on PC, or are they like different? Like, for example, Brand doesn't work the same, etc, etc. Look at this Dinger. He just stole the fruit. He just yoinked the fruit from that ninja. Also, the next question is, do we really go for a turret max? Or do we rather go for a rocket max? Because we have to always ask ourselves, how powerful are turrets compared to Lamau? How powerful are turrets compared to the rockets? Oh, Morgana on the hunt here. Oh no! I'm hiding! He managed to get away. It's funny. Oh, Morgana going for a big dive down there. Zed is also there, I believe. Very soon at least. So I'm gonna get some access to this turret. Wait. Wait, what? Hold up. Okay, I thought for a second, for some reason, Heimerdinger's the rockets hit the enemy. Oh, nice kill. Here, his Q can also block spells, like for example Morgana Q, Ezreal Q, but they also become proxy targets, for example for Misfortune, who can then use her bounce, no, double up I think is the name, on this turret to then bounce on the Heimerdinger. Why did it only deal 164 damage? Is this AP Misfortune? It's AP Misfortune. No, even AP Misfortune does more. I am confused. I am really confused on what's Draven doing. He's chilling. The bait. The AFK bait. It always works. Never trust an AFK. You also see if Heimerdinger is still around because his turrets deactivate if you go out of range. So technically speaking, Misfortune could have known that Heimerdinger is around if she knew about this mechanic. Morgana turning around with the ultimate. Not much happening so far. The next pen item available in base. Uh-oh, we have El Zedo. The deathmark will pop, free kill will be given over. Turret's still active for a bit of time until they deactivate, but they still, it's crazy for how long they keep active, and that the turrets actually get the crit modifier from Infinity Orb. Also very interesting and important to notice or note down. The very typical third item for every mage, Rabadon's Death Cap. I mean, it's obvious, like if you're a mage or AP champion, you will get Rabading Dong on most cases on the third item. Or if you can't boost as a full item, it will be your fourth item. But it's just too powerful to not build. Unless your champion has terrible AP scalings. And you just get one shot. Like for example, let's say you're Sona. You're probably benefiting more from cheap ability haste and tank items that offer utility than Rabadon's Death Cap. Same, for example, Milio, even Janna. All these champions are the same. Okay, Morgana behind enemy lines. Zed getting CC chained. Poor guy. Can't move. Just move lol. That's a pretty big Swain yeet. He might have just died instantly after, but he got quite a lot of HP for free with that yeet. Trinity things on the other side of the map. He tried. He failed. Respectable though. He thought he had more damage. Two towers died in the blink of an eye. Well, blink of an eye, more like me skipping. However, two turrets died because it's a Tryndamere theorem. If the enemy team has a Tryndamere, a Garen, or a Scion, your team will almost always not deal with them. They'll just let them push, and then suddenly you lose the game to minions. And at some point, your side laner can't match them anymore. So you have to be really aware of what is happening and maybe even take care of the wave yourself, so the Tryndamere or the other named champions cannot end the game. Yeah, look at the movements. That's too... Nah, this item needs to be nerfed. There's no way it stays in the game like this. Who am I kidding? It's Riot Games. Of course it stays in the game like this. I mean, Awakened Soul Stealer was in the game already and was giga broken and nobody cared. And now it's even crazier. We love WildRift. Can we please see the most typical Heimerdinger trap? Like, you sit somewhere in a brush and wait for somebody to walk by, and then you just blast them with 3 turrets in the brush as well as just your entire combo, and then they suddenly die. How about that one? That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Tryndamere gets absolutely obliterated by that guy, but, well, the Zhonya's will not be enough, probably. Ooh, that was really, really close. Perfectly timed the Zhonya's with Tryndamere's ult into the rocket. But the issue is the Tryndamere still got what he came for, which is the inhibitor. So now we have lost one inhibitor to Tryndamere already, who will continuously repeat the same thing over and over again. And he will simply not stop. So somebody has to deal with the minion waves in the side lanes, because if nobody does, oh well, the game is going to be rather difficult to even have a chance at winning. I wonder if Heimerdinger and how fast Heimerdinger can actually... That's unfortunate. Didn't place a turret to deny the Morgana Q, but well, it takes some time to get used to this. But still, just tapped the enemy. The big turret in the way. That was quite a lot of damage. These turrets hit for a decent amount of damage though. Like, look at them. It's a really decent amount of damage these turrets hit for. But how tanky are they if there's like a team fight happening? Can you yeet him over? You can. Okay, you can place down turrets on blasting cones and yeet him over, which means if you're running the Sweet Tooth rune, you can pick up a blast cone somewhere in Narnia and then prepare your own trap and throw over these turrets into a position where the enemy would not expect them. And yeah, if your turret is close to a target that you hit with your third ability, then it becomes, oh, she's on just randomly, which means Heimerdinger now survives. That's funny. If your turrets are close to a target and then your grenade hits, your turrets will instantly fully charge their beam and blast the enemy target. So now the question would be, does Heimerdinger turrets, do Heimerdinger turrets apply Rylai's Crystal Scepter continuously? Then you could make an argument that Rylai's would probably be more beneficial than having Crystalline Reflector. Because I don't think the Crystalline Reflector will necessarily save you from Zed if he jumps onto you. Look, he's pre-aiming the third ability on himself for the stun. I think did he miss? Because he wasn't stunned. Leona, I know you can do it. Unfortunately, it didn't hit. You really tried though. Heimerdinger is pushing. No spell left. The Trinime didn't expect so much damage from the Heimerdinger, so he didn't use ult, so he died. It's tough. Enemy team got Nasher as well. The T-Hex is doing his job, yeeted into death. We just skipped the death pause because we are here to see what the Donger is doing. Camille forgot for like a brief second she can just walk behind the Misfortune to not take damage from the ultimate. Look, he's preparing the trap. The ultimate knockover. The entire turret city is being placed on this thing. Oh wait. Oh shit. It's happening. Yeet! The big turret doesn't fall. Uh-oh. Heimerdinger got scammed. He got Omega scammed. He's fuming. I'm fuming. The big turret wasn't thrown over, so only the small ones came. That's really, really, really bad for him, because it actually... Oh my god, he still got the dragon. He got the dragon soul. No shot. Oh my god, it was... Oh, I did, like, imagine this big turret was thrown over as well. This would have been so much better. It's so sad, but now you know. The more you know. The more you know. Jungle clearing adventures with Donger. Chopping some trees, harvesting some organs of jungle minions to then sell them for a higher price. And he's even going towards the top side of the map to take care of a wave, so Tryndamere loses options in this game. Is Tryndamere, is he going to be able to capitalize on this one, on the Heimerdingers? No, he's not, okay. Okay, we've reached the full build of Heimerdinger. I also don't agree with the runes, I think they're pretty bad, they don't do anything. Especially, like, unless there might be a bug with Bloodline in the turrets. Let's see. That's so much damage. He barely heals, so like he has Riftmaker as well as Bloodline combined and still barely heals anything, so just from watching that alone, that's pretty low value so far, considering these runes. Think it's better to have like Inspiration main. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, check out that channel in the description below. And we'll see each other for more content tomorrow again. Yeah, so thank you. And I hope you enjoyed this. As per usual. Enjoy the game as much as you can, be it a casual experience or whatever you want it to be. Here are all the builds of the people, so you can just take a screenshot if you want to, or just look at them. I don't necessarily agree with them. For example, the Misfortune build is absolutely disgusting and it just hurts my soul. Draven invests into double auto attack slow with Storm Razor as well as Duskblade. I'm not a fan of Rylays on Morgana, depending on what you're facing, delaying your Rabadon so late. Camille is pretty much whatever. Tristana Black Cleaver, I don't think that is something you want. I mean, it makes you tankier, but in this game it doesn't really provide you with any value that you want. Morgana with the new Leona with the new Zeke's pretty good generally, I think, on this champion, especially if you can't get much value from Heartsteel, but other than this you can just still default Heartsteel anyway. Frozen Heart against specifically whom? Who is going to attack you a lot, apart from maybe Tryndamere, who is just split pushing? So the best item probably is going to be the... what is it called again? Force of Nature. Providing her with the highest damage reduction against magical damage. Zed, I don't know what wrote this kind of guy, but I respect it. But yeah. I mean, he has to go armor penetration, but I think he needed percentage pen more than like his funny collector, because he has collector. Look, we have plated steel caps, we have plated steel caps. Unless you crit, and you need to be lucky to crit, it's not going to make a difference on these squishy champions. If you hit them with a full combo, they die anyway. So, thank you for watching, see you soon.